Hello, 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 beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened daughter. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do, welcome back, High Vibe Tribe. I love you so much. So, we're going to do a twin flame reading. I was just super, the energy was just really strong, and I was just really guided to do a twin flame reading. And I know I haven't done one specifically for twin flames in a while, but it's the most triggering time of the year. So I'm sure everybody's growing through it right now. We're being forced to see our families. When I'm recording this, it's Christmas Eve in the States. So for those of you who are already celebrating Christmas, like Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you do, Happy New Year, all the things. Happy holidays, people. Happy holidays. We have all the things going on. But we just had that super beautiful. We just came into the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere, summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. We're in Capricorn season, right? And Capricorn is the sure-footed goat. So, it's a slow moving energy, but it's very steady. It's very sure. It's very grounded. It's a strong foundation, right? It kind of gives me like the Knight of Pentacles reminds me of that energy. So we have things that are moving slowly, things that are really coming to a standstill a lot as well, right? Especially if you're like here in the northern hemisphere with that winter season. And in the summer seasons, you have this beautiful things kind of like revamping and the light really being shown. So there's this equality coming back into the realm, into the globe. There's this balance coming forth. But it's like a slow moving energy, but it's slowly bringing things where they need to be. So, if you've been manifesting or working on something and things just haven't seemed to be moving forward, it's like don't give up because of the amount of time that it's taking. Understand that things are working in divine timing and it may be slow, but when it comes, it's going to be solid, strong, and sure. And at least you don't have to question it. You know what I'm saying? There's that like huge energy supporting everyone right now. So, yeah, that was like a really strong message that came through. So anyway, hey everybody, let's do our twin flame reading. I got like 6 decks out. So I don't know how long this is gonna take. I don't even know what's coming through. All I know is I was really guided to do a twin flame reading, and I was like, okay, so here we are. Um, Thank you, angels and guides, for being here with me in the Twin Flame Collective. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Ending December, we're moving into January. We got all the things going on. What do we need to know? Where do we start? All right, we're gonna start with the work you like that. As always, I always pre-shuffle before I get on camera, but I like to shuffle on camera so you guys can see the beautiful messages that are coming out for you every day. If you haven't already, you still have time to book a personal reading with me throughout the end of the year. There's a 25% discount on my website, theenlighteneddaughter.com. So definitely check that out before the end of the year. I may not be able to get the reading to you before the end of the year, but you're going to still enjoy the discount if you book now. Bottom of the deck, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay, twin flames. So let's talk about this. Look at all the hands that are reaching out, right? And look at her hands as she's standing in her life. She's standing very secure, right? Right here. She's very grounded. She's very much in alignment. She's got her hands out. She's creating an energetic boundary, right? And so again, the most triggering time of the year, right? We can be very spread thin during this time, right? So where do you need to establish really strong boundaries? Where do you need to say no? Where do you need to um prioritize yourself more? Where do you need to stand in your truth, stand in your lights, speak up for yourself, right? Like that's a lot of that energy. It's almost like you're being called to stand up for yourself. You're being called to stand in your truth. You're being called to say, no, and let that be a complete sentence and not explain yourself, right? So a lot of you, there are going to be people kind of like pulling at you and pushing at you and kind of like trying to pull you in a million different directions, right? And it's up for you to be like, no, that is not a good use of my energy. That is not a good use of my time. I don't want to do that. No, that's it. Conversation over, right? Like I said no, and that's what it is. It's like when you're talking to a kid and it's like, well, why? It's like, because I said no, that's why. Like, that's the fucking answer. It still works as an adult, right? You do understand that. That's the thing. So, a lot of energy is pulling at you, a lot of people coming towards you during this time, and you having to be very discerning about how you want to spend and spread your energy. Okay. Awakening. Oh, I love this. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So many of you are being activated during your dream state, right? Some of you are even doing astral traveling. You might be connecting with your divine counterpart in the astral realms, healing, growing, activating, connecting, supporting one another. Your entire beingness is being transformed right now, my beautiful twin flames. Like the restlessness, the headaches, the exhaustion, the pressure in your head, the dizziness, the vertigo, like all of those things can be seen. I'm not a medical doctor, so let me just say that right now. However, I will say this from a metaphysical stance. All of those things can be ascension symptoms that you're dealing with as you're doing these energetic upgrades. So your sleep cycles may be off. Your diet might be changing, right? You might be like needing to just fuel up on like a lot of like protein and meat and heavy things, right? Like as your body is just like doing all these different energetic upgrades. And some of you might just be feeling really fucking exhausted, right? Really lethargic. And you're being guided to rest, and even when you're sleeping you're not resting, right? Like I know that's been one of my ascension symptoms, like being very tired and wanting to nap. And one, I'm not a big napper, so for me to want to nap, that's like a rare thing in and of itself. But then for me to lay down and try to get a nap and then not feel rested, it's very frustrating, right? Because it's like I'm not getting any sleep while I'm sleep in the day, like in my conscious reality. I'm not getting any sleep when I go into like my alternate state, because I'm doing a lot of stuff in my dream time while I'm astral traveling, while I'm doing my upgrades and stuff like that. So be patient with yourself during this time, right? Give yourself grace and understand that it's not just you going through this as well, right? As a twin flame, what we're going through and growing through, our divine counterparts are also healing, right? It may not be simultaneously, but they're also growing through these processes as well, right? So for us, it may be with you like maybe you're just not sleeping, and you haven't slept in days and you're a little frustrated and you're a little cranky, right? And for them it might be all they're doing is sleeping, right? They're exhausted, they can't seem to like want to get up and get it together, you know what I'm saying? But it's still playing out that we're all getting these upgrades and these activations during dream time. Amazing. Priestess, wow, how are you being called to step up and lead? I love this energy because it looks to me like she's got her hands on her hips. You know what I mean? So she's like standing there all powerful in her power, like ready to take control. And I love that because we also have this beautiful feminine energy representing standing, hands out, like setting boundaries. So I really feel, especially for the divine feminines watching this, that you're stepping more into your power in this connection, and you're realizing more about yourself, right? And it just feels very empowering, very healing, very activating. Like eyes on the prize, you know what you want, and now you're moving towards it, right? And there's support there. You see the twinning going on behind her, right? So it's like you guys you're moving forward at the same pace, at the same rate. You have the same goal. It's like you're on the same path. You're just sometimes you're not seeing it. You have a huge angelic guide with you guys right now on your mission, like it within this realm, and both of you are really being activated on your path, on your spiritual path, on your journey, on on your truths, on your gifts, on whatever that is that you came here to incarnate. Like both of you are really being activated and supported during this time. And it shows like feminine and masculine energy, like moving forward, like eyes are lit, like there's no stopping you, and there's a really strong spiritual guide that's with you guys, that's also holding that light and holding that vibration for you guys. So whatever your spiritual path is, whatever like you came here to kind of impart upon on the earth, now is the time to move forward and to do so courageously, because you have a lot of support, right? So again, setting your boundaries, like knowing your yeses, knowing your nos, standing in that, being firm in that, and having the courage to move forward. Like you have nothing to fear. This is the energy that you guys are embodying right now, right? Both of you, as the lion and the lioness, like you're moving forward with this courage, and then you have this beautiful spirit guide in between you, holding the light for both of you. And both of these eyes are illuminated. I don't know if you guys can see that, but both of their eyes are illuminated, right? So it's like all this light just moving you forward on your path. It's time to really focus on your life, on your mission, on your soul's mission. And you guys are getting the information, the upgrades, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that you need. A lot of those downloads are happening to you during your sleep state. I'm not going to say it's only during your sleep state, but many of those activations are happening to you during your sleep state. And when you're waking up, it's kind of like, like a whole new understanding actually of things, um, and how they're relating to you and your path and how you've been kind of like showing up in the world. This is a very um revealing time for you, twin flames. Wow, yeah, and then break the chain. Jeez. No wonder it's so heavy. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So a lot of, again, these changes, these shifts, this growth, this awakening that's going on right now is so that you can heal this energy, right? So you're being taken out of this energy and elevated and activated, right, into the newest version of yourself. And so, yes, you're going to have to set boundaries, because look at these hands. Like, you're trying to raise yourself up, right, as a beautiful twin flame, knowing that you're here as a divine masculine or a divine feminine, here to raise the vibration of the planet, right? Healing yourself, self loving, all the things, right? And you have all these hands reaching out for you, right? Like there are people that that have not awakened to their good, and thus will try to hold you back on your path, right? And so it's like that kind of crab in a barrel mentality, right? Where everyone's like kind of pulling each other down. So as you're awakening, as you're uplifting, as you're releasing those energies, you're also releasing the timelines associated with them, right? And thus being able to be the captain of your own ship, be the author of your own life, like rewriting, like looking at those energies and being like, that's not my truth, right? Like that's no longer my truth. That's not a timeline that I'm in alignment with. That's not a story that I'm going to be telling for myself, right? And like rewriting that for yourself and over your lineage, right? And having the courage to do that. That's why so many of you are being guided on your path right now, because it's like, no, go forward, be bold, be courageous. Fuck what everybody else is saying. You came here to change the script, right? That's your job as a twin flame. You came here to change the script. So what are you waiting for? Okay. Amazing. Where are we going next? Gateway Oracle. All right. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, once again for being here with me in the Twin Flame Collective. My freaking head is pounding connecting with y'all. What do they need to know? What do they need to see besides the fact that they're getting all these amazing downloads in their crown chakras and third eyes? Okay. Healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. There's a lot of healing going on, Twin Flames. And I'm telling you, and I know, I knew when I was guided to do these messages. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, it's the most triggering time of the year. If anything is going to activate your healing, it's these triggers that you're growing through right now. whether individually or within your dynamic as a twin flame. And I feel like mainly this is all like everybody individually having to shift, grow, evolve, and ascend through these energies, right? Very toxic. But look, right, we're healing the past. We're having to heal the roots, right? And so for so many, the healing has been very superficial and very surface, right? We like to put band-aids over things as opposed to getting down to the core. This energy that's being healed, this is the roots, right? We need to clean it up from the roots so that the things that are growing from that are fruitful, are healthy, are or what we want, right? Like you're coming in with strength and clarity, right? Not confusion, not weakness, not hate, not discord, but strength and clarity, right? Like that's what you're stepping forward into your future. That's the growth that's taking place. That's you creating new roots and creating new growth, right? A new life in the middle of all this chaos, right? Doesn't matter what happened before. You know what you want. You know the seeds that you're planted, right? And this is what's going to change the dynamic for yourself as well as for your lineage. That's amazing. Love that for you. Be easy on yourself during this process, all right? Savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. You are the divine masculine and the divine feminine, right? You're the twin flame collective. Our joy, our vibrations, our high vibrational energy is what helps activate the rest of the planet, right? And so taking these moments for self care and self love are not selfish, are not a waste of time, but they help you to get recalibrated. They help you to ground. They help you to love yourself. They help you to put that good, delicious energy out into the universe because one person that's in alignment, with the most high in their truth is more powerful than a million that are not. You're feeling good, you're feeling high vibrational, you're feeling delicious, you're walking through this world and you're sharing that energy, right, with everyone that's crossing your auric path. You're sharing that energy with the collective, right? And it started by you just taking a moment and just enjoying. Let me enjoy the feel of this water. Let me enjoy the smell of this bubble bath. Let me enjoy the taste of this wine. Let me enjoy the feel of the lotion on my skin, like all the things, how the brush feels going into my hair, like all of the things, right? Take some time to really just be grateful for everything that you have, right? The music playing around you, right? The soft candlelights. I took a beautiful bath last night. It's part of my full moon and new moon rituals. I like to do that. I take baths often, but definitely around the full moon and new moon, right? And I've been walking through, everyone's been shopping. Y'all know I'm super sensitive, so I try to get my shopping done early, and that doesn't always work. And I've been guided to places where I needed to kind of just stand and hang out and wait for a bus longer than I would like to because I needed to transmute the energy in that area for a while, right? And so I go someplace, I might get stuck for like a half an hour. I'm transmuting, so I go on. So great for all the areas I'm in, exhausting for myself, right? Like I just have been exhausted and I've been doing that, going out and about, cleaning up areas, plus working and like pouring into people and coaching people and doing readings and like all this shit. And I was like exhausted. And yesterday I was just like, I just need a bath. I was so tired I didn't even want to wash my bathtub out. Like I was just like, I just want to sit. But it was so worth it to me, right? Finally washed out the tub, got everything together, put in my freaking herbs and powders, put in my bubble bath and Epsom salt, and I felt like a brand new person, right? And it was just like, oh my gosh, yes, like got all that excessive energy off of my body, right? Release the worry, release the doubt, release any energies I might have picked up unconsciously or, or consciously throughout the collective. And really just enjoy just sitting there and just being in the water. And I was like, thank you that I have hot water. Thank you for this bubble bath. Thank you for the peace and quiet that I'm receiving in this moment, right? So do some things for yourself, my beautiful twin flames, right? Be in gratitude, be in joy, find something, do you have a bed that you get to lay in? Wow, look at my bed, I love my mattress, you know what I mean? I love my pillows, I love my sheets. Like find something, right? And hold on to that goodness, and then the universe will bring you more. Okay. Sharing of yourself. I'm an incredibly generous being. Yay, I love this for you. So let's say this. Nothing wrong with sharing yourself. Nothing wrong with giving your time and energy to people. be mindful and discerning as to who gets that energy, right? The boundaries are, I've done enough of this energy for today, and now I need to go be one with myself so I can be in alignment with myself, right? So, nothing wrong with doing this, right? People are going to want your time, your energy, your love. I'm sure you guys might be buying gifts for people or thinking about people, sending out well wishes, whatever the case may be, right? You share your blessings and your energy the way that you want it to be. Just be mindful that you don't overdo it. Okay? Just don't overdo it. Don't try to make a whole bunch of people happy to the detriment of your own health and well being. Okay? You're no good to us if you're dead or tired or in the hospital. All right, angels and ancestors. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do the twin flames need to know? What do they need to see during this time? Why are they being called? Okay. Y'all got a lot. I'm gonna say y'all. We got a lot going on. I haven't tapped into this energy directly in so long, and wow, stay rooted and grounded. The theme, right? Right? Stay rooted and grounded. Earth guardian coming in to remind you. I said we're in Capricorn season, right? So very grounded energy, but you also know that this is sure, solid, stable energy, right? Solid foundation. You're not gonna have to worry that you built a house in sand with this one. No, this energy is secure. You know you're good. That's the energy we're moving in. So you need to be grounded. You need to be secure. You need to be able to be in the storm and not get thrown. That's that energy. That's why we stay grounded. That's why we're always connected, right? To Gaia, to our root chakra, like really getting down there. So be mindful of that. We have Oracle. Wait for important information. So I'm getting two messages here. One, some of you are diviners, right? So maybe you've been starting to use cards to get your messages. Maybe you're connecting with ruins or you're scrying, right? And water and candles, whatever it may be. There's a need here and a reminder, which we've already received, to kind of be still and to pause, right? And that's that winter energy coming through. That's that kind of like hangman kind of energy. This is the energy to just wait for the inner guidance, right? Her eyes are closed because she's not externalizing where she's getting her information from. She's using her sight within to get this message to come through, right? And so there's that energy. It's like being responsive and not reactive, right? Understanding that silence is also a response. Understanding that we don't have to show up to every argument, fight, discord that we're invited to. You understand? So there's this just real strong energy of being okay with the pause, being okay with the in between, being okay with the wait, doing so with grace, and knowing that you shall receive the information you need at the time that is needed. Do not rush into things. There's a lot of healing energy going on here for the twin flames. See, another snake. Snakes are indications of healing. You'll see it in the caduceus, right? You see outside of hospitals and stuff like that. So there's a lot of healing going on right now within the twin flame collective. Again, not surprising, the most triggering time of the year. Um, but you're being guided to be still, to be grounded, to be observant, to use your third eye, right? To use your inner sight to really discern what's going on around you. Here's your path, right? Direction guardian. Again, that's that energy of discernment. Like, what do you focused on? A jack of all trades is good at nothing, right? So we want to make sure that we're taking our energy and we're focusing it and we're honing it, right? Like just like she's really focused on using her divination to scribe whatever the message is, and all of her energy is going into this bowl, right? All of her energy is going into the smoke and focusing on what that answer may be from whatever question she's put forth into the universe. It's the same thing. It's like, what are you focused on? And I'm gonna say this again, and I keep telling you guys this because, in spiritual truth, there's no wrong path. So that's not this energy. It's not like, oh, what do you need to choose and you're gonna make a mistake. No, either way you go, you're good. You see, there's a guide with you everywhere. There's no way you're gonna go that God's not with you, right? There's no way that you're gonna walk that you're gonna be alone. Some roads just take longer than others, right? Like all roads lead home. Some roads just take longer than others, right? Sometimes you're going to be on the back roads. Sometimes you're going to be in the HOV lane. Sometimes, you're just going to get stuck in traffic. Sometimes you're going to get caught on a bridge because a boat's going by or a train. And sometimes you're going to have the opportunity to be on a private jet and you'll be there in like a half an hour. Whatever the path may be, you just need to choose and be very clear about what you're choosing. There's a very strong manifestation energy about right now, really supporting people, especially when it comes to tangible things, right? Earthly things, um, money, material, things like that. Like that energy is very strong right now. So, what are you focused on, and how are you going to allow that energy to come forth so that you can be discerning, right? What's your path? And then wait for the inner guidance to move forward on it. You need to know what your path is so that you can ask clear questions, right? For those of you that are divining and maybe you've just started, if you're getting unclear responses, it's because you're putting out unclear energy, right? Like you need to be very clear about what it is that you're asking of the universe, right? You need to be very clear about the energies that you're calling forth. You need to be very clear about what you're creating for your future, right? With clarity will come clear directions, but if you put out chaos and discord and upheaval and indecision, those are going to be the responses that you get back. What we put out is what we get back, right? So if you want clarity, crystal clear clarity, like I'm not sure which job to take, the one in San Francisco or the one in Washington, D.C., then it's like, okay, Most High God, like, please guide me to what will be best for my family at this time. Will it be taking this position in San Francisco, right? Or taking this position in Washington, D.C.? But the question is, what is going to be the best thing for my family at this time? Very clear question, right? Which one of the two? And if it's neither of them, then let me release it from my heart and guide me to what is the best response for my family right now, right? And then I like to ask for things to be repeated to me at least 3 times. God, please repeat this answer to me at least 3 times so that I know for a fact that this is clear guidance coming from you, right? Because I don't want my egoic mind to have me see what I want to see. I want to make sure that I'm trusting in my higher self, my team of life, the Most High God, however you choose to word it, the universe, the collective, whatever you want to word it. You know what I'm saying? So be very clear, twin flames, about what it is that you're looking to bring forth, the path that you want to walk in, the guidance that you're trying to receive. Be clear, right? And also, they're just saying, remember, like everyone has free will. So your energy shouldn't be focused on externalizing and trying to change others. Your energy should be focused and internalized on how can you shift, grow, and evolve during this time. Others are showing up as reflections of things that you may have grown through or that may, ooh, that crow just came very close to my house. Um, Grown through or things that you may need to still heal at this time, right? And so if it's bothering you, it needs to be healed, right? Like if we don't get bothered by things that don't matter, right? So we got to feel it to heal it. So if you're feeling it and it's triggering you, then that means that that's something that needs to be healed and it needs to be addressed, and right? And so we look at that thing with gratitude and we're like, wow, thank you for bringing that up because now I can see the distortion, I can see the pain, I can see the illusion, I can see the fear, I can see upheaval, I can see the lies, I can see how I showed up wrong, I can see my the misperception. I can see the pain. I can see the suffering. I can see how I moved out of it. I can see the healing. I can see the growth, right? There's all these things that we can find gratitude for. And sometimes it's like, wow, thank you that I'm no longer that person and I'm not in alignment with that shit anymore. Thank you that like I can be in this situation and it doesn't bother me that much, right? Right? It's always like they say like healing is all great until, if you want to see how healed you are, go spend the weekend with your family, right? Or go spend a week with your family, right? These are the times when we see how far have we actually grown, right? Have we actually moved forward on our path, right? Or are we still getting triggered? And healing is not linear. You guys know that, right? It's a spiral. So yeah, you're gonna come back to the same energy, but you're not the same person you were, right? Like you're not the same person you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Or rather, you shouldn't be. I would hope that you've been evolving over this time, right? But you're not the same person. So you shouldn't be responding in the same way, right? And so when these situations happen, where you're being triggered, where people are, they're questioning your path and your relationship, and especially if you're here resonating as a twin flame, right? Like there's the age gap, there's the wage gap, there's the parts of the world that we live in, there's same sex relationships, there's one person might be married, the other person may be single, right? And like all the complications. And I'm not here justifying infidelity, because let's not get this mistaken. If you meet your twin flame and they happy to be married, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to fucking be cheating and causing all the drama. I'm saying that sometimes when these things happen, we have to what? Trust in divine timing for that situation to be resolved while we're doing our own growth and development over here, so that we can actually be together in the future, right? We're not being messy and trying to break up a happy home. That's not a thing. So, you know, sorry, sidetrack. So it's, there's a lot of healing and growth going on during this time, right? For you, for your twin, for your lineages, for your community, for the collective, right? There's a lot of deep inner work, but it starts with you being clear. And your path is not always going to be clear to you, right? But it's like, let me get on my highest and greatest timeline, right? Align me with my good, right? Or what do I need to focus on right now? There's so many different areas of our lives that we can focus on. I tell this often to my coaching clients, and it's like, it took you like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to become the person that you are today. The healing that we're doing, the work that we're doing is not going to happen overnight. It's just unrealistic. It's not a light switch. This is your life. You know what I mean? It's like, this is real life. These are real triggers. These are things that are really bothering you. These are real people and situations that you're still having to deal with and confront and be bold and courageous to do so. Like that shit's not always easy. It's not. You know what I mean? It's when your parent says something to you, or people are judging your relationship, or they're judging your body, or your weight, or your job, or your living, and all these things, right? And so as you're growing and developing, your healing is going to be situational, right? It's like calling in the energy of forgiveness when we're doing our healing. And, yes, I'm calling in the energy of forgiveness because I know that's transformative. But it's not like, oh, I get to just be like, oh God, I ask for forgiveness for everything I just did wrong in the past 40 years, and I wake up tomorrow and my life is perfect. No. If I'm asking for forgiveness, guess what? I get to deal with a situation where I get to see, I need forgiveness in that. Or I'm asking for forgiveness, or I'm offering forgiveness in that. And it's going to be situational, layer by layer. You're going to hit situation, trigger, until those things no longer trigger you, until you can come back to that energy and look at it, right, from the safety of your adult self, no longer the child in that situation. You can look at the situation knowing it can never hurt you again, right? And you can see the lesson, you can see the grace, you can see the growth, you can see where it's transformed you and who you are today. And you can think it and you can move on. And the next time you come back to that energy, maybe you're dealing with someone who's also dealing with that situation, and you can be the grace that they need in that time of need, because maybe that's what you needed at the time. You understand? Like, there's so many different layers to us, but it takes time to be clear, right? And as you're moving on your path and you're like, you know what, I just want to heal my body, Lord. Like, I'm just trying to get healthy again. Guess what? As you're focusing on your body and healing and maybe losing weight or gaining weight or eating healthy or whatever that might be, the other areas of your life are going to start to clean themselves up too, right? So it's like we choose the one thing and we move forward on that and we try to move the marker on that, and then we allow the rest of the markers to catch up, right? Just be easy on yourself and give yourself grace. I can't say that enough. This energy is very heavy with all this healing that's going on, and I feel like you guys are trying to force answers and force healing and force transformation, and that's not how this is going to work. You're hurting yourselves in this process, right? When we try to force things, when we try to push things in this universe, we block the energies of the universe, right? With our needs, with our wants, with our desire, with our acknowledgement of I don't have this thing yet, as opposed to just letting go and trusting that everything is working out for us. And I know that's easier said than done. I know that's easier said than done. I'm not a fucking fool. I'm not a hypocrite. I know it's easier said than done. It is not easy to be still. I'm in a situation right now where I have no one, right, for the most part, to really turn to in a situation but my higher self, right? But my team of light, but the Most High. And I'm not deterred or fearful, right? This is actually a situation that I've dealt with before, but before I was in energy of fear, before I was in energy of desperation, before I didn't trust that it could all work out and that it would work out, right? I didn't understand grace the way that I do now. And so now I'm in a situation where I have nothing to do but trust God, and I'm like, I'm okay. You know, it's like the Reiki principles, like just for today. It's like just for today, I will not worry, right? Just for today, I will not what is it? I will not be angry. I will let go of worry. Just for today, I will let go of anger. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to every being there, to every being. Right? I will be kind to every living being. Sorry guys. Um I'm not a Reiki practitioner, but I do have the precepts up there because they're beautiful, right? And it's just a beautiful reminder to all of us to just get through the day, right? Just to be the best that we can be. To set some boundaries, to stand in our truth, to be okay with who we are, to love ourselves, to take care of ourselves, right? You, people love to quote Jesus and they're like, love thy neighbor, love thy, but it's like, love thy neighbor as thy loves thyself. You have to love yourself first, right? That's why we have that savoring pleasure card, right? Self love is the best love. How can I possibly give you what I don't have? How can I possibly give you love if I don't even love myself, right? If I don't know what that looks like, if I don't know what that feels like, okay? Sorry, I don't know what's up with the tangents, but you're welcome. Um, High Priestess, High Priest, intend and create. Intend, right? That's us choosing our direction with clarity, and we can create it by what? By envisioning it, right? And focusing our energy. There's a really strong energy here for you guys to manifest, but you have to be very clear about what it is that you're bringing forth. But the Twin Flame Collective right now is being really supported in manifestations and growth. I don't know what's happening outside of these energies. Look, Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Your spiritual, look, she's holding this bowl too. See that? So for some of you, especially if you're thinking about doing divination, scrying might be a really, really, really strong thing you want to look into. You know, look into a bowl of water, um, looking at a crystal ball, um, crystal balls, looking into bowls of water. Some of you, just because I keep seeing the smoke here as well, some of you might be working with like candles, right? Looking at the flames, looking at the smoke, things like that. This there's messages that are trying to come through to you. There's clarity. There's a power behind you right now to really help you manifest and to grow, but you have to be clear in your manifestations. I feel like some of your energy is so strong and so powerful, but the reason that you're really dealing with conflict right now is because that's what you're focused on. So you're focused on upheaval, the headaches, the drama. And so that's what you're receiving right now is an excess of it. And it's not because that's what it is. That's because that's your energy of focus, and your energy is so strong and powerful that you're creating that. You understand? So for some, and that's why they said one of the first things they told us was to stay rooted and grounded. Why? Because when you're grounded, you have clarity. Look at that. Healing over the third eye. Love that green energy, right? It's the energy of Archangel Raphael, the energy of the emerald green healing energy. So again, when you stay rooted and grounded, then when all that shit's going on around you, you're not thrown off. You know what I'm saying? So take your energy, as powerful as it is, especially if you're here as a twin flame, which means that you're a super high vibrational being. So take that high vibrational energy and focus the energy on that in which you want to happen, and not what you're expecting to happen from a space of low vibration or fear, right? Instead of being like, oh, I gotta go home and deal with my family, and I already know my grandmother's gonna get on my nerves about this, my uncle's gonna say that, and they're gonna be judging me because I don't have a partner this time, or my business isn't doing good, or I got gained some weight. Like, instead of that being your focus, I know it's the most triggering time of the year. I get that. But instead of that being your focus, like, let the focus be like, oh, I can't wait to go home and eat such good foods. I'm so proud of myself and the healing that I've grown through. And when people are coming at you, and they may or may not come at you, because again, when your vibration is high, sometimes that low vibrational shit don't even touch you. They can't even get nowhere near you. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, oh, I'm looking forward to traveling, and I'm so excited. I got such a good deal, and my travel is going to be really easy and really quick, and can't wait to see some of my loved ones. Like, focus on the good. Focus on how you can make your travel really easy, on the great conversations you might have with people in the airport, or the fun you might have the hotel bar, or the fact that, like, you're going to be getting picked up from the airport by, like, one of your favorite cousins, and you guys are just like have a secret conversation. Like, just shift your energy to that in which you do desire, because you guys' energy is so strong, my beautiful twin flames. There's so much power supporting your healing, your growth, your psychic gifts, all of that stuff, but your energy is all over the place. Like, you guys have to be really grounded with your energy. What you're doing too much, you know what I mean? It's like you're doing too much. You're all over the place. You got to just bring it in. Allow all the different parts of you to kind of like settle, right? Like, call all your power and your energy back to you every single day. You can do it several times a day. I definitely always do it at night, but I call all my power and energy back to me from all people, places, things, in all directions of time and space, across all galaxies, realms, and directions. Now. And I bring all my energy back to me, and I get grounded, right? I feel like you guys really need to be grounded during this time. It's just gonna make your life so much easier. It just is. It just is. All right, light seers tarot. I like this deck, and I don't like the way it shuffles, but I like the imagery. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. What is she doing? Being grounded and meditating. And what? None of this shit can touch her. You know what I'm saying? She's in her own bubble. Look at this. Looks like a crystal ball. Again with the scrying. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing to twin flames, but evidently this is what it is for you, especially if you're a divine feminine energy, super strong. But she's grounded, she's secure, she's not even looking in the direction of that nonsense, right? Again, this bubble of protection. Nothing is going to touch you. That's why you need to stay grounded and rooted, because nothing is going to harm you or touch you if you're from that space. But if you allow yourself to be in the energy of chaos, then that's what you're going to receive, right? Look, what I'm saying. Like some of you are just focused on really heavy shit. And again, some of you have just not been sleeping. I get it. It's a lot of healing, a lot of heavy energy. I feel a lot of grief with this energy. So if that's something that you've been dealing with, I'm very sorry. I love you so much. Um, yeah, I just felt a lot of heaviness, a lot of grief. So whoever it is that you lost, see, this is how they're showing up. So, you have a lot of these crows, ravens, maybe, right? Flying about, a lot of thoughts racing through your head. But you have to understand that, like, it looks heavy and it looks chaotic, but these are actually not there to harm her, right? This is this energy. It's like, look, there's light here. So the thoughts are making a lot of noise, but there's no danger there. It's just thoughts. But you're forgetting that there's this beautiful new spirit guide, spirit guide that you have now on your side. I feel like they're coming in to help clear away this heavy negative thought patterns that you got going on. So for some of you, the sleeplessness that you're getting is because of all the downloads and the upgrades that are occurring, right? All the energies that are coming through. For others of you, though, your thoughts are racing, getting away with yourself. There's a lot of heaviness and guilt, um, triggers coming from the past, and you have a spirit guide that's coming in and helping to alleviate that pain. That's helping to clear your mind. That's helping to remind you of your good. I feel like it's someone that you lost that's coming in to just offer you comfort during this time. And again, that's not going to be for everybody, but that is a very strong message. All right. Wow. Another nine of pentacles this time. So the nine of pentacles is happy, like living your life, independent, feeling yourself, doing the things you need to do, just taking care of your business. Um, again with these white birds. White bird here, I see this white bird here. I don't know, are they doves? Maybe. I'm not really big into birds like that, but could even be an owl. I just feel this, feel the joy on her face because the work that she's doing is that's what she wants to do. Like it brings her joy. Like she is happily producing and doing this stuff. Again, with you guys on your path. It's like choose a path and allow yourself to receive that joy, right? Choose a path and allow yourself to be guided. Birds are messengers, regardless. So there's messages, there's information coming in that's going to help give you clarity and bring you a lot of joy, but you need to, what are you focused on? You know what I mean? Are you focused on the growth and the changes and all things that you create? Are you focused on this old energy and these negative thoughts where, maybe things were hard? That energy is changing though. You see very clearly it's like it was really a lot of darkness, but this light energy is coming in and look here, right? It's like we're moving, we're shifting. Nines are about endings anyway. So twin flames, it's like you're just ending really heavy cycles. This healing energy is so strong. And a lot of it has to do with the tangible, um, root chakra, material, home, money, like all that's a huge part of the things that are being healed within the Twin Flame Collective right now. And that's not surprising because the Twin Flame Collective is a very spiritual, guided collective. And so sometimes money issues are a part of just the spiritual path because you do spiritual work, you shouldn't be getting money, that whole conflict, right? So it's like you're being guided to to release that judgment and that fear, and to trust that like I'm doing my work, and this is how I'm showing up and letting spirit move through me, and it's producing very delicious, or has the potential to produce very delicious tangible things for you, right? And it's because you're in that energy of joy, because you're in that energy of peace, because you're trusting in your higher self, that that's coming forth. It's like letting go of that stress and that worry and that darkness, and moving into a much lighter time, right? A time of joy. I really feel that. I really feel like this is coming to an end, and we have to move towards it. But again, that's that healing energy. That's that energy of being at peace. That's that getting grounded and trusting it, right? In between all of that is this, right? Let me ignore what's happening out there so I can trust what's going on in here. You know what I'm saying? Look, again with the magic magician. You guys have the power to create whatever it is that you want. Look at the magician. The magician takes what? All of the elements in the tarot, right? And makes things happen. It is the super creator, right? The captain of the ship, author of your book. This is what you're creating right now, Twin Flame. So as you're healing, as you're growing, as you're shifting throughout these energies, as you are being triggered during this beautiful holiday season, right? You have the power to transform things. Again, intend and create, choose your path. The magician has to be very clear as to what they are creating. They can't be like, oh, I think I'm gonna do a tree. Maybe I'll do some grass. No, it's very clear. Whatever that magic is that they're focused on, what is it that I'm creating, right? What am I creating? I need to create a miracle tree, right? That's gonna be their intention. That's their growth. That's what they're envisioning. That's what they're seeing. That's what all the tools and the properties and everything that they're putting into their cauldron is calling them to be, because they're focused on that one thing. What do you need to focus on? That has been a fucking theme throughout this whole reading. You guys are super powerful, but your energy is all over the place, and you got to get it focused. Focus it, right, so that you can get some real growth in your life. This indecision, 7 of Cups, a cup of indecision, right? Choose the path. What the fuck is happening, Twin Flames? 10 of Swords is the last one. Look, another snake, right? More healing. It's like you just have to make a decision. I'm gonna say this again. There's no wrong path when it comes to spiritual truth, right? 10 of Swords, like the worst is finally over. We're leaving behind that heaviness. This shit done, over with, right? We're moving towards the lights, right? We're moving towards the light. We let go of the heaviness, because you got to make a decision. Just make a choice and move in that direction. You're not gonna get anywhere if if I'm standing here and I start going this way and I go nope, and then I go this way and I go nope, and I go this way and I go nope, I'm not going anywhere. I might be making a lot of movements, but I'm getting nowhere fast, right? I gotta make a choice. I'm gonna choose this road and I'm gonna walk it. And if there's a dead end at the end, then fuck it. At least I tried, right? Like this isn't about being on the sidelines of life. This is about getting in the game and making a choice and being discerning. That's why we started off with boundaries, right? You need to be discerning of these energies, because some of these cups will get you fucked up. Look at the snake, right? Poisonous cups. We don't want to just choose anything. And that's when you go into the stillness. That's when you connect with your energy. That's when you learn to trust your higher self, right? So there's this energy of distortion and a need to focus. I need to focus. I need to trust in yourself. I need to trust this path. I need to believe in your own magic and power, which many of you don't. And I see that very clearly. You need to make a choice. As a twin flame, you're here to be a high vibrational being on this planet, to follow your truth, to follow your path. You also get to be with a divine counterpart, but it's not about that. It's about you being the best version of yourself. It's about you being high vibrational. It's about you being the divine feminine or the divine masculine, right? And then when we're in that space and we get to be in alignment with somebody else who's also in that truth, but it's not just about romance. This is not Hollywood. This is real. This is you here for the collective, for the planet, right? We raise our vibration. We stand in our truth. We do our healing for our lineage. Then we also get to seed that energy into the planet. We help to raise the vibration of the planet as a whole to help her to transcend. We also can do that in a twin flame dynamic, and we get to be with our divine counterparts. And yes, the two of your energies together is going to be like pow, but you don't need another person. You are it. You understand that? Like as an individual soul, you are it. You are good enough. You are whole. You are perfect. That's why we have to grow through these things. And that's why you're being called to focus your energy. Like, what are you trying to do right now? Right? You trying to be a million things to everybody, or you trying to love and heal yourself? Right? And then again, when we're doing that, it's one area at a time. What do I need to focus on? Maybe it's my business and money. Maybe it's my home. Maybe it's my health. Maybe it's my um familiar relationships. Maybe it's my platonic relationships. Maybe it's a relationship that I have with my body, right? Choose a thing and let's start moving forward on that path. You gotta focus. You gotta believe in yourself and be discerning. 11:44 on the clock. Bottom of the deck, Archangel Gabriel coming in with balance, right? Bringing things into balance. Understanding, knowing, loving thyself. Okay, that blue energy, healing of the throat chakra, communicating clearly, bringing things into balance, right? Weighing things out, being sure, okay, this is good, and then moving things forward. And we get to be in balance when we're grounded, right? Then our energies aren't all over the place. Get a big focus on that, guys. A big focus on that. Archangel Sandalphon, planetary cycles, right? So things are changing step by step by step by step. Um, we're in Mercury retrograde right now. Some of you might have been connecting with your galactic star family even more. Some of you might start realizing that these planetary cycles have a huger effect on you than you might have previously realized, right? But this is really just an energy of things are changing, things are shifting, you're growing, you're shifting, you're changing, you're ascending, but it's going to be step by step, right? It's actually more like this, right? Because we have like all the heaviness of the ego of the 3D world held onto us. And as we heal step by step, we're releasing some of those energies, right? So again, with this energy of healing coming in, that's been big. Big, 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 big. A lot of healing going on, but a lot of healing going on to activate the magic within you. A lot of healing going on to show you the truth about yourself. A lot of healing going on so that you can remember your power, right? So that you can move forward as a divine masculine, as a divine feminine, right? On this twin flame journey throughout the most triggering time of the year. You know, really connecting with yourself, with your higher self, with your gifts, and moving forward in that. You really have this opportunity, but you have to take it, and it starts by making a choice. Like you guys are being very indecisive in your energies right now. Bottom of the deck, heart chakra. Open up that heart energy. Wow. Big healing going on to the heart. Look at that green again. Healing, right? Green is the color of the heart chakra. Archangel Raphael, God heals, right? That's what Raphael means. So we have this huge healing going on, twin flames. Huge healing going on to our hearts, to our root chakra, because there's been a ton of red throughout this fucking reading, right? And we really need to learn to love and trust ourselves. We really need to learn to follow through with the guidance that we're receiving from the divine, right? We need to stop being indecisive. We need to tap into our higher self. We need to get grounded to do that so that we can trust the when you're grounded and secure and stable in your energy, you're not worried about everything else going on because you're trusting in your higher self, right? Like I had to learn to really trust my higher self. There's going to be times where I can't be scrying and I don't have my astral dice or my runes or my cards, right? Where I have or a pendulum or all the external tools. Like we have to remember that like we are the magic, right? The magic lies within us. God is working through us. We have all the elements and everything that we need inside of us at every now moment to make this thing happen. So what am I focused on? Right? What is the decision? So I train my body. Hey, listen, if this is down for me and this is good for my higher soul, this is what I want to feel like. And if it's not, this is what I want it to be. And so anytime I have to make a decision, I can just pause and I check with my higher self, and I'll know by the response I get from my body whether I'm in alignment with my soul or not. Because we are in charge. We are the authors of our life. We are the captains of our ship. We get to tell our DNA, our bodies, what the fuck to do. Certain shit I'm just not dealing with. I'm not going to deal with illness. I'm not dealing with pain. I'm not dealing with none of that. None of that. But if I'm telling my body, hey, this is what I want to feel, if you can say like, hey, when I hear something that's the truth, like I want my left ear to ring, right? Or something like that. Or if that's not good for me, like let my right elbow start to hurt a little bit, or whatever it is that you may want it to be, right? But get into alignment with your body, get into alignment with your truth, get into alignment with your soul so you can receive those messages and allow the healing to come through. Okay? Ooh, that was a lot. All right. So rejoice and celebration. So beautiful. So this is just again, to me, it's just this holiday energy, right? Like just a lot of healing going on, especially around family, relationships, friendships, like that. So find the good, find the gratitude. We already talked about that, right? Find the joy in these moments. Look for the good in things, right? Get out of this energy where we're just focusing on the bad, where we're just assuming that everything is going to be horrible. Oh, I got to travel. Oh, I got to see my mom. Oh, I got to deal with this. Like, okay, yeah, I'm sure there are people that suck, but there's also people that are amazing, right? So let's focus on the good. Let's keep our hearts open, right? Very simple. Make a choice. Again, look, movements, choices, decisions. You have to make a fucking choice, Twin Flames. What is up with you? What is up with this situation? What is this indecision about? Make a choice and move forward. Are you, what is the indecision about? Make a choice and move forward. Not everybody is going to be happy. And guess what? You can't make everybody happy, which is why we stay grounded and rooted and we learn self love. Is this an act of love to myself? Am I loving myself in this moment? Is a decision that I'm making for my highest good? Universe, world card. The world is yours. The universe is yours. She's here to support you, but she won't make the choice for you. We have free will on this planet. So you can choose to protect yourself from boundaries or not. But at the end of the day, you have to choose. You have to choose. You can choose pain and suffering, or you can choose joy and rapture. But at the end of the day, you have to choose. You have the power to create the life that you want to live. Ignore the naysayers, the pain, the bullshit. Leave the past where it belongs and just move forward. You are magical. But you have to be intentional in order to be productive. You have to be intentional in order to make things happen, right? Choose your path. Make a decision. Right? Like, can't be clearer than that. And don't forget, self love is the best love. All right? We're healing, people. We're healing. We're healing, we're healing, we're healing. Some heavy work that you're doing. Right? I get it. Heavy lifting. I get it, I get it, I get it. But at the end of the day, gotta make a choice. You have the power. You have the strength, you have the abilities, but you have to decide and you gotta move forward. All right. I'm gonna leave it there because this went way long, but I told you it was 6 decks, so it is what it is. Again, if you want to book a reading with me, a personal reading with me before the end of the year, I still have a discount going on my website, theenlighteneddaughter.com, so you can always check that out. Um, Again, I doubt I'll be able to get the reading to you before the end of the year, but at least you'll be able to enjoy the discount because that's going to end on December 31st. If I do not see you guys or hear from you guys prior to that, whether you're booking, coaching, readings or spiritual calls with me or whatever the case may be, I love you so much. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I hope that you have an amazing holiday. Hope you had a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all the things, all the things. And if I don't see you guys before the new year, Happy New Year. And just know that I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. You're amazing. You're the Twin Flame Collective. Get focused. Make a fucking decision. Remember your magic. Cut that shit on and go out there and be great. Later, my beloved.